and I am Bajerukara. I've studied literature, economics, and geography. Now, today, we are going to be together with the course of economics. What is economics? So we are going to deal with economics in these lessons as we have provided, as we have decided to help the students. Now, it is time for studying and learning economics. So this economics is based on CBC for REB, Rwanda Education Board. Tugiye kwigana isomo rya economics. Economics rishingiye ku masomo atangwa na REB hano mu Rwanda kugira ngo dufashe abanyeshuri kwiga neza. Tugiye kwigana rero isomo nkuko nabibabwiye. Iri ni isomo tuzafatanya tukamenya uburyo twakwihangira imirimo, uburyo twacunga imitungo yacu neza tudarinze twasesagura. Hanyuma rero ndagira ngo dukurikirane iri somo nkuko abanyeshuri babyifuza kugira ngo bajye bigira online. So we are going to start with economics of senior 4, but we're going to base on student's book. Student's book, this is composed of different chapters, different units that is going to help the students to study economics. So this book was written by Jim Bayengana, Safari John Berekerao, Patrick Wire, and Tony Gitonga. So this book is going to help us to go through beyond the economics. So the unit that we are going to focus on, we are going to see what is basic economics concept and the importance of economics. In importance of economics, and in this unit, we are going to see meaning and origin of economics. What is the importance of studying economics? Basic terms used in economics, difference between needs and wants and between goods and services, and economic activities and economic system. So under Unit 2, we shall see fundamental principles of economics. Definition of the fundamental principles of economics, what is it? Production possibility frontier, the relationship between scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost, shift in the PPF, why PPF shift outwards or inwards, economics questions after unit. And after the units, we are going to be having unit summary and unit assessment. Unit 3, we shall see nature and scope of economics. Nature of economics, positive and normative economics, and economic variables and branches of economics. So by starting, we cannot go beyond economics while we don't know what the meaning of economics. So that's why we are going to look at the other box that we are going to focus on that describe what is economics according to different economists. Tugiye kureba ubusobanuro bwa economics. Ubundi economics, iyo bavuga economics, ubundi byaje bituruka he? So economize. What comes into your mind when someone tells you to economize? So to economize means to use sparingly. Sparingly, if I say in Kinyarwanda, ni ugukoresha buhoro buhoro, udasesagura. It means you do not have enough of something and you have to use whatever is available sparingly. So that is to economize. Kuvuga urakoresha ibintu byawe buhoro buhoro utabisesagura. Ko niko bita economize, to economize. Economizing comes about because of scarcity, which means that the available resources are not sufficient to satisfy all human wants. So if everything was in plenty, there would be no need to economize. Kuvuga ngo niba ibintu byose byakagombye biboneka cyane byanga byakunda, ntabwo haba hakenerwa gukoresha uburyo bwo kudasesagura. Kuvuga ngo niba ibintu biharare byinshi, ntabwo ntabwo gusesagura byavaho n'ubundi twakomeza gukoresha kuko ibintu byose bihari. So rero kubera ko ibintu rimwe na rimwe biza ari bike tuba tugomba gukoresha economics cyangwa se to economize, tukabikoresha buhoro buhoro. So economics is also derived from two Greek words. Byakomotse ijambo economics rikoturuka mu magambo abiri, harimo oikos na magambo ya Greek y'Abagriki, oikos meaning household, and nomos meaning roles. So the two words were combined into oikonomos. Aya magambo yombi yaje kwifashishwa mu buryo bwo guhuza ijambo economics. Nama Greek words, oikos, that is the first one, and how that means household. Nomos means roles. The two words were combined into oikonomos to literally means rules of households. Muyandi magambo ishatse kuvuga rules of households. These households management, kuvuga ngo household ni abanyamuryango kuvuga amabwiriza agenga abanyamuryango uburyo babayeho. That is what we call economics. All households had and still have problems of management of resources. Ubundi economics yaje gute? Ukuntu yaje nuko abantu benshi bamaze kubona yuko abantu bagenda bakoresha imitungo yabo basesagura cyane, noneho bakabura uburyo bwo kuyimanaginga cyangwa se bwo kuyibungabunga kugira ngo ejo n'ejo bundi bazayikoresha bateganya ejo hazaza. So that's why economics have found by different economists. So problems of management of resources, that was a problem of households. They have limited resources and unlimited needs. Kuvuga ngo dufite ibintu byinshi ariko twifuza byinshi birenze ibyo dukeneye. This leads to a need to devise means to satisfy all the needs with the limited available resources. Households have to economize. Kuvuga ngo bakimara kubona ikibazo kihari cya household yuko there is a problems of management of resources, then economics have found. So reason why we have to use sparingly. So there are many economists who have described economics. Household have to economize. It's scarcity and unlimitedness that gives rise to economics. Economics is basically a study of how society attempts to allocate and manage limited resources so as to satisfy endless needs. There are some different economists who have described economics. Economics, but as an economist, we have decided to use Leon Robbins. There are different Alfred Marshall and other economists. Those ones have described economics accordingly. So, according to Leon Robbins, as the fundamental principle, this is the fundamental principle of definition of economics. Economics is a science which studies behaviors as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Economics is concerned with efficient allocation of resources so as to attain maximum satisfaction from the limited resources. So scarcity of resources and insatiable ones by man is the main subject of economics. Kuvuga ngo guhengwa kw'ibintu runaka kwa resources and insatiable ones n'ukuntu abantu bagenda bakenera ibintu nibyo bihatse economics. Kuko economics harimo desires of households or man, and there is scarcity. Uko ngiye guhaha ngubu ngiye guhaha indazi ku alimentation runaka, najya guhaha icyo kurya, niba mfite ibihumbi 10 mu mufuka najya guhaha icyo nshaka ngasanga ikiri ku bihumbi 20, icyo gihe kiramenze. That is what is called scarcity. It means I have to choose. Igikurikira no guhitamo. We shall see them at the fundamental principles of economics, the problems of economics. We shall see them. So now, what is the scope of economics? The scope of economics refers to the limit to which The scope of economics refers to the limit to which economic problems can be discussed. In addition to what is implied in the definition, the following should be noted about the scope of economics. The subject matter of economics, that's the first one that should be noted, basing on the scope of economics as the meaning. So, these cover all aspects of economic activity, namely production, exchange, consumption, and distribution of commodities. Economic activity, ibikorwa bya economics: production, exchange, consumption, and distribution of commodities. In the whole economics, we shall see those four words: production, exchange, consumption, and distribution of commodities. Production, we shall see that, involves the making of goods and services. Exchange is the transfer or changing of hands of goods and services. So, consumption concerns the destruction of goods and services. Exchange ni uburyo tugenda duhanahana ibintu kama bimwe nkaguha ibindi tukagurana. Production involves the making of goods and services. Ni gukora goods and services ibikenerwa by'abantu, bikenerwa n'abandi baba households. Consumption concerns destruction of goods and services. Ni uburyo dukoresha ibyo bintu twaguze cyangwa se ibyo bintu twafashe. While distribution concerns the division of goods, services among individuals and groups. Buryo tugenda tubikwirakwiza ahantu hirya no hino. That's what is the basic in these economics, in these courses of economics. Number 2, economics is both art and science. Economics tuifatanga science. Why? As an art, economics involves the utilization of fact of science for practical purposes. A science, economic is systematized body of knowledge ascertainable by observation and experiment, and it uses a scientific to process theory. Impamvu tuyita economics twifashisha scientific method. Scientific method, it consists of two approaches. The first one is induction and the second one is deduction. Induction, this involves the use of observations, collection, and organization of facts about events to derive laws. Theories. Derive laws. Laws is like a theories, which can be tested. Induction begins with the collection and analysis of data to make conclusions, which eventually become laws. So, B, deduction is where assumptions and conclusions about events are tested against actual events. Deduction begins with the generalization about events, stating hypothesis or conclusion. Hypothesis is like a conclusion. So, which are not yet approved. Is a conclusion which is not yet approved, followed by collection and analysis of data to improve or disapprove the hypothesis. When hypothesis in economic approved, it becomes economic law. Economics law. When hypothesis, to mean that economic law is when hypothesis is approved. Hypothesis is approved in economics. Number 3, economics is positive and normative science. Normative economics is the branch of economics. To mean that normative is a branch, and even positive one. Is a branch of economics that deals with the judgment about the world should be or would be. Kuvuga ngo ni branch of economics cyangwa ni ishami rya economics ryibanda cyane ku buryo economics y'isi yose yakagombye kuba imeze. So, normative economics depends on individuals' opinion and preferences. Yibanda ku bitekerezo by'umuntu ndetse n'ibyo abagomba gukora. For example, what policies should be recommended to achieve a set goal? Ese nizihe ngamba ndi bufate kugira ngo nzagere ku ntego yanjye? That is normative economics. Difference between different people have different opinions on such questions. Abantu benshi bagiye bafite ibitekerezo bigiye bitandukanye kuri icyo kibazo. Ni iki nshobora gukora? Izihe policies nshobora kwifashisha kugira ngo ngere ku ntego yanjye? And you will answer it differently. Abantu benshi bafite ibibazo n'ibitekerezo bigiye bitandukanye ariko barabisubiza n'ubundi mu buryo butandukanye. It therefore looks at the desirability or certain aspect of the economy. So positive economics looks at how the economy actually works. Is about what the world is. Kuvuga ngo positive economics yo yiga uburyo economy ikora ubundi economics yacu ikora gute, kubungabunga imitungo yacu yabikora gute. Yeah, that's what we call positive economics. It's about what the world is, was, or will be. It is about fact in real life. Uburyo nibujye bwo kubungabunga ibintu byanjye, umutungo wanjye ndawukora gute. That is what we call positive economics. It is study of the fact and the situation as it actually is. Economists disagree on most normative statements but agree on almost all positive statements. For instance, unemployment should have been below 4% is a normative statement. Unemployment was 4% is a positive statement. Yeah. Number 4. Economics is related to other social sciences. Other social sciences include political science, sociology, psychology, etc. Problems in these sciences affect economic conditions of any country. For instance, taxation, which is an economic policies instrument, is determined by policy. That was number 4. Number 5. Economists get technical facts from natural sciences and engineering. Natural sciences like physics and chemistry can provide scientific fact which can be used in economic analysis. For instance, economists can get information for quality of commodities from natural scientists and use it to determine prices. Mathematics and statistics also help economists to quantity and analyze data. That was mathematics, statistics. So that's why economists get technical fact from natural sciences and engineering using statistics and mathematics. So economics and other social sciences differ from natural sciences because A. Social sciences deal with the behaviors of human beings. Aho economics itandukanye n'izindi sciences nuko social sciences zikoreshwa cyangwa se zibanda cyane kuri behaviors of human beings, imyitwarire y'umuntu runaka, which changes over time with the changes in economic. Imihindagurikire y'abantu cyangwa se y'umuntu ishobora gutuma igenda ihindagurika buri kanya in economics, social and political conditions. Yeah. B. Experiment in social sciences cannot be controlled. Experiment in social sciences, but in economics we can control. Yeah. For instance, when investigating the relationship between the price and quantity demanded of commodity, one cannot control other factors like income, taste and preference, etc., which also affect demand. What is demand? We shall see them. In such cases, it is assumed that other factors remain constant. Ceteris paribus, that means other factors remain constant while investigating economic phenomena. So now, thank you. We are going to see the importance of economics. What is the importance of economics after analyzing what is economics, how they have described it according to the different economists. Now we are going to see the importance of economics, why we study economics. Why do we need economics in human life? So as we are living in the world of scarcity in almost resources, economics as other social sciences is there to help human beings in the allocation of resources. The general objectives are to help students pursue their chosen career. They view economics as a means of acquiring the required knowledge to take up careers in banking, management, politics, administrations, and education, and others. That is to help students to pursue their chosen career. To mean that the students who have learned economics, this will help them or will help him to pursue their chosen career. So, number 2, to give the student knowledge to appreciate common economic problems faced by the society or faced by household, as we have discussed before. For instance, a person who has studied economics will understand such phenomena like unemployment, income inequality, and so on. Kugira ubusumbane muri income cyangwa se mu byo twinjije, kugira ubushomeri, that's the phenomena like unemployment and income inequality. It will be easy for the student who have studied economics. So number 3, knowledge of economics equips us with understanding of our duties and responsibilities in contributing to the development of our economies. Knowledge of economics will enable persons to appreciate the importance of paying taxes, creating jobs, supporting local industries. Number 4, to help us to understand how institutions operate, like a bank and so on, what services they provide and their roles in our activities, for instance, banking institutions. So that's why, we shall see the basic principles of economics in next unit, but we are going to see the terms or basic terms that are used in economics. Basic terms used in economics. So activity 1, in a groups of 5, sit with your neighbor, sit with your colleague, and go to library and undertake research on the following. So, meaning and types of price. What is price? What is commodities and what is goods? What is meaning, forms and characteristics of services and wealth? B or C. Welfare needs and wants. What is resources? Household, farms, government and foreign sectors, economic agents. Economic activities, meaning, roles, types, characteristics, advantages, and disadvantages of economic system. So now, after going to library and study about those topics, about those terms used in economics, now write down your research findings. Present your findings to the whole class or your whole colleagues. Number 1 that we are going to see, what is wealth? Wealth refers to the stock of assets held by individuals, a firm, an organization, or a country at any particular moment of time. Kuvuga ngo wealth ni ubukungu, as in Kinyarwanda, refer to the stock of assets, ibintu byose ufite bw'umutungo wawe, that is called wealth. For example, a firm, an organization, or country at any particular moment of time. What are the characteristics of wealth? Wealth, it has value. Yes, because it can be expressed in monetary terms. It is relatively scarce. It is scarce. Wealth is not found easily. It is transferable. Wealth can change ownership and possession from time to time. That is why they call it is transferable. Wealth ushobora kuba uba ufite uyu munsi ubwo bukungu, ejo ukaba atari ubwawe atagutakwanditse. That's called it is transferable to another person. It possesses utility. Wealth gives satisfaction to the owner. It possesses utility. Utility, it means satisfaction. Satisfaction to the owner. Kuvuga ngo biramuhaza akanyurwa nabyo. Forms of wealth. What the forms of wealth? Social wealth. These refer to all public assets, such as public roads, public libraries, and public hospitals. Number B. Business wealth. These refer to the wealth of business organization at any particular time. Individual wealth. These refer to the assets of wealth held privately by an individual. So that was the first term used in economics. The second one is resources. Resources. These refer to all productive units used to create or produce goods and services. Ibintu byose ni ibintu byifashishwa kugira ngo baproducing cyangwa se bakore goods and services. Resources are divided into natural resources, man-made resources, and human resources, renewable resources, and non-renewable resources. First, A. Natural resources. These are resources that occur naturally within the environment. Resources gabanyijwe ibice bigiye bitandukanye. Natural resources nizo dusanga muri environment, mu bidukikije. We cannot produce natural resources. They are used by human beings to produce goods and services. Example include air, land, mineral resources, water, and sunlight. B. Human-made resources. Those are resources that are created by man through the action of human beings. They include equipment and machinery such as computers, cars, houses, and all forms of machines and tools used in the production process. C. Human resources. This is a set of individuals who make up the workforce of an organization's business sector of the economy or the economy. They help in the production of goods and in the provision of services. They include organizational managers, supervisors, and other employees. Some of these people are employed on permanent and pensionable terms, some are employed on contract, and some are employed as casuals. Others work on internship programs. So, most companies prefer employing staff on contract than permanent basis. Why? Discuss. Think about that. D. Renewable resources. These are resources that can be used over and over without being depleted. They are unlimited in supply. They can be replaced as fast as they are used. Examples include solar energy, biomass energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, and hydropower energies from water. Number E. Non-renewable resources. These are resources that once used, they cannot be replaced. They are resources that once used, they cannot be replaced. Their quantities are limited. This is because they get depleted. Examples include coal, petroleum, natural gas, and minerals such as gold and diamond. Remember that since natural resources exist within the environment, they should be used properly and sparingly. Over-exploitation of resources has negative effect on the environment. It is therefore advisable and necessary to carry out environment impact assessment in the area before any activity. This helps to ensure proper use of resources for sustainable development and protection of the environment. 3. Price. What is price? Price refers to the rate at which commodity is exchanged in the market. It can also be defined as the relative value of commodity expressed in monetary terms. Types of prices. We have market price. This refers to any price existing in the market at a particular period of time, regardless of how it is determined. Equilibrium price. This is the price established in the market when quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. Such prices change from time to time as determined by the market forces of demand and supply. Then we have normal price. Normal price is referred to the long-run established price after a long period of price fluctuations. What is price fluctuation? This is the rising and falling in prices. So the reserve price is referred to a minimum price acceptable to a producer or seller in order to part with the commodity. Now we can see economic agents. What are economic agents? Economic agents are the major decisions making in unit in economy. Economic agents are the major decision making units in economy. They include the household. To mean that bishatse kuvuga ko economic agents ni units zifata ibyemezo bya economy. Yes, economic agents are the major decision making units in the economy. They include the household, as we have discussed before. These refer to a group of individuals under one roof who take joint decisions on their own economic ventures. Number 2, the farm. A farm is the smallest unit of production which employs factors production to produce goods and services. C, the state or government. This refers to an institution that has both political and economic powers to influence resources allocation and distributions. It is this agent that regulates the activities of the households and farms. D, foreign sectors. X minus M. Foreign sectors. These extend to export and import. This comprises of export and import. It includes everything outside the political boundaries of the economy. It is responsible for the expenditures on gross domestic product. So, what is the difference between needs and wants and between goods and services? Needs Needs are those human desires whose satisfaction is necessary to sustain life. They are also called basic needs. They include food, shelter, and clothing. Those are things that is needed, that is desired by people, by human. Those are basic needs: food, shelter, and clothing. Identify the various types of food that human beings need. So this is your recall. Go read carefully and then go to see whether you can answer them. Once are those human desires, those satisfactions makes life more comfortable, enjoyable, relaxed, and pleasant. They are also called the luxuries. They are not necessary for sustaining life. If you miss it, you cannot survive. You can't survive, Some of these ones are derived from the basic needs. They include luxurious vehicles, expensive suites and clothing, personal airplanes, and mansions, buildings. So guys, you who are watching these videos, thank you very much for watching, and we can stop by here, and we shall see next courses of economics. We shall see what is welfare, what is economic system, and after that we shall see what is fundamental economic problems. Remember to subscribe and like, give comment, give any question if you have, then we can answer you correctly. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe.